Hi guys, I was just talking to Rory on the phone and I had this awareness and I wanted to check in on you guys because I had this awareness. So I don't leave my house very often. For such a social girl, I'm not even mad at it, but I love it. I mean, I stay connected talking to all you guys on my phone and video chat, and I feel pretty connected. However, I had this awareness of like how well protected and energy clear my house is. And hi, CJ. And in this I went to the Walmart just for a quick little pickup of one item that I needed for craft activity that I'm doing. And so I ran to the store to go get it. And immediately I was driving down the road and I got hit with these waves of emotion, desperation, sadness, worry. Like cops drive by and I'm like, and I have a cop issue. I was a paramedic. Those are my peeps. So, I like waved or whatever, but I had this riding feeling of just like nervousness, fear, desperation, and this overwhelming sadness. Like even talking about it brings it up, where there was this like heavy feeling. And I just wanted to tap in with you guys. I came home. I have that aura bath that Rory sent me, that magical herbal salt bath that she sent me that was made just for me. And I'm going to get in that tub. But, yo, how are y'all doing? Like, I mean, I have a salt circle around my property and salt on my front door and sage in the house. And, I salt and sage and sweep often. And I have all my protection bracelets on, right? I've got my smoky quartz, my black tourmaline, my lava stone. I've got more over here. Lava stone, chakra balancing bracelets. I got all my shit. Yo, how are y'all doing? Like, who's feeling this shit? Who else is feeling waves of sadness out of nowhere? Who else is feeling moods that don't match the moment? Like, what I mean by that. So, for me, I'm not sad. I have a lot to be excited about. I have a lot of projects that I'm playing with. What the fuck is this about? I've got a lot of projects that I'm working on. I'm gonna paint tonight, right? And, like this sadness, this weird feeling in my gut that something's off or out of alignment, right? And so, Ho'oponopono, check in with your emotions, find where they're at, like dive in deep. And I've learned something recently through reading The Law of One, where he talks about feeling Ivy says we got matching bracelets. Yes, Rory made them. Mine says blessed, blessed, blessed. Nifty Nines, divine tea time, y'all. Get your aura bath, your Not Your Ancestors incense, handmade for you. Your chakra bracelets. I'm going to go to the rock store tomorrow and start making your bracelets, y'all. So if you want one, hit me up. I'll be making them with a little intention on full moon. So let me know if you want one. Just PayPal me and I'll get it done. But yeah, so this energy is wildly emotional. So when I have emotions that don't match, or even emotions that come up that are pretty heavy, I've got some going on, relationship energy, I have money energy, I have body consciousness energy. When I went to yoga, I, cried because my body isn't going the direction I want it to. And after my injury in September with my foot falling off, I had this crazy like atrophy going on. And, I lost a lot of weight in the last year. You guys have seen all of that, right? And so I lost a lot of weight, but my body is weak. Like I make a few steps and I'm like breathing like a cow and I'm just like cussing at myself, girl, get it together. So I walk to the gym, which is on the next block. Like my house is on this block. If you were to move the block, it's like right there. So I am like, there's no excuse, right? And super motivated, feeling great, like killing it on my projects. Like my projects are all coming together. I'm getting all the things done that I've said I wanted to do. Holding myself accountable. I came on to what? Wow. I'll read that in just a second. So, I've got all these things. So I went to the gym and I got this membership and I got some accountability partners and nobody can make it. Nobody can make it to the yoga classes. Nobody can make it to the spin classes. And so I was like, well, I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm super proud of that. Like as a life coach, how goes the teacher goes the class, y'all? And it's always about the next 10. So weight loss goal was the first thing. Well, eating clean was the first goal. And then I started to lose weight and then I started to eat cleaner because I was getting such great results. So that vegan life route, right? And I was like, okay, so I'm not vegan. Let me just erase that right now. I'm not vegetarian. I am pescatarian. So with eating cleaner and doing all of that, I began to lose this weight. But then I started to find these aches and pains and my body started to really tell me that it needed to be in motion. So I got accountability partners to go with me and I asked 2 or 3 or 4 people and yeah, we're all going to go. And so I started to really recognize that if, how goes the teacher goes the class, right? So as a life coach, like when I'm not motivated, I try to use tools to get other people to support me, right? And when that doesn't happen, what then? I know we'll get to it. I know I'll have partners in this because we all really want to do this together and it's exciting. However, if I don't hold myself accountable for the things I say I want to do, who will? So in that, like I'm killing it when it comes to goals. And yes, I'm a little tripped out. Money is nuts right now. And trying to be giving and then trying to make your own shit work is also like a conflict. I want to give the world away. Rory always tells me, stop giving away the farm. And I do already contribute 20 hours a week on the YouTube for the free readings. And then I do some coaching stuff. When I find these awarenesses, I do coaching videos too. And the Tarot 101 project is almost complete, along with an exciting new twist of events that I've been wanting to do for a while, which is creating the Karma Tarot deck. So the astrology and, the Tarot 101 is coming along, but I've been adding some astrology into it, what aspects go with the cards. So now that I have them all written out, my daughter, who's an artist, hasn't been really prepared to take that project on. 78 cards is a lot of work of art if you think about that, like what it takes to create one piece. So that's like legit more than a year project work to do with her. So like as far as projects go, I'm killing it, right? Went to yoga, heart chakra opens, I'm balling in class. Feeling great. My body's all warmed up, joints all lubed up. Got on the treadmill afterward and put in a half an hour to get some cardio in. So why am I crying on the way to Walmart, guys? That ain't me. I'm telling you, I can feel this shit. I'm going to tell you something pretty graphic. So if there's a trigger warning on suicide, I'm going to ask you to just pause for a little bit. Turn the volume down, take a break. I lost a friend due to suicide on the 31st of October. So it's barely been 2 months. And the other night I was doing my meditation and I open myself, right? To feel the energy and please don't laugh at me. But if you guys ever saw X-Men, Professor X has that little machine where he can see people. And he has these little floating images of people in whatever scenario extricated from it. So you can't see the house or the library or the school, or the golf or whatever thing that they're doing. And, they're reading a book or whatever. And they're just these little ghostly images. And, I was in meditation and I was getting ready to go to bed and I just opened myself and started to tap into the energy a little bit. And immediately the first thing I saw was a man sitting on his couch. He stood up and he walked into his garage and he hung himself. 2 minutes later, I saw someone in a bathroom sitting on the floor, putting a gun to their mouth. I saw someone else looking at the cliffs on the side of the road in their vehicle. Making the decision. So, that ain't me. I know that ain't me. I'm extremely happy, well-loved, and healthy. And, you know, doing life coaching and having a life coach as a partner who asks the hard questions, working with Rory every day on the witchy stuff. Very, very in tune of flowing emotions. And so, for me, it's not that I'm out of touch with those emotions. I am and do feel deeply. When I do have emotions, they come up and they're deep. So I'm checking on y'all right now. Like, I'm checking on where you're at. And please reach out to me if, like, I have girls, you know, Heidi Hart. Like, I have girls that are my clients that just, like, we reach out and touch on each other, and I'll just say, hey, checking on you. Like, I don't know if I can unpack all your shit and help you figure it out, and I don't know if I have all the answers or solutions, but man, I can feel you. I can feel you. So I just wanted to say that your psychic is out here, and I'm with you. I may not be able to do anything about it, but I want you to know the emotions are heavy. And if any of you out there are like really fucking balanced and feeling good, and these energies come and kick you in the fucking nuts, like, yo, it's big energy. It's really, really big energy. And so even for those of us out there that feel like we got our shit together, these emotions, it's Cancer. It's a full moon in Cancer. It's a double moon, right? Because Cancer's all about the moon. All about emotions. And ugly me was watching the news on the treadmill. And, like, there's this big fucking screen in front of my treadmill. I'm like, who wants to watch this shit while I'm working out? And it's all about, you know, bitching about Trump and how much we're going to have in a stimulus, and what pieces of shit everybody thinks so-and-so is and the other is. And I'm like, wow, like, I can't even work out without having to look at this crap. I put my headphones in, turn the little TV on. But, like, even for those of us who have it together, we've got somebody out there who doesn't, right? But anyways, so one of the other techniques that I do, and thank you for listening to me, guys. I don't even know if I'll keep this video up or if it's valuable to you, but I was reading The Law of One, and Ra talks about, in Raw Material, he talks about, like, taking the emotion to the walls. Like, feel the darkest it can get. Dive into, like, why you're feeling the way you do. And then take it to the pendulum side and, like, come out of that darkness into the positivity. So you have polarity with it. And so I did that recently. I was super pissed at somebody. Like, mad. I'm going to share this with you guys. Like, super mad. Like, I got manipulated by a narcissist. And I got super mad. Like, you don't know me. Like, you manipulated me. You don't know me, right? There's that ghetto little side of me. It's like, well, I'm just going to take this little burning shit show and lobby it back over into your house and see how you like playing with this bullshit. Because I can fuck some shit up. I know how to make people play the game just as like you do, right? And I'm good at it. Like, I know how to navigate emotions and turn things around, but that's not what NLP is for. NLP is the thing that Hitler used. Shit, I said a keyword. In language. It's what speakers use in language. It's what Pepsi and Coke use to say, taste the feel. Taste and a feel don't go together, so it makes your brain stutter. And when your brain stutters, right after that delivers the message, taste the feel, wait, you can't taste the feel. And then you look and they go, buy a Coke at 7-Eleven, McDonald's, wherever. Okay. So I can do that. I have the skill and the training to use language to my advantage. But that's not what it's for. It's for helping us redesign the brain, helping us to change our I ams so that we do better for ourselves, so we can rewrite, co-create, and begin to design our lives the way we want them to be. So I had this moment where I sat there and I just wanted somebody's life up. I was like, you know what? You did this thing to me. You did this to me. And I haven't been angry in a really long time. I was like hella mad. I was like super mad, big mad, wearing a cape, mad. And you ever get those so mad moments where your boss is pissing you off and you just go, you know what? I'm going to quit. Or I'm going to tell him off. Like whatever, like that emotion as you go down that track for a minute. So I'm sitting right here on this couch right here. I was sitting right here with my feet on my table, my arms crossed. And I'm marinating. I'm marinating. I'm going to get you, my pretty. And I remembered my training. Like, I was like, all right. This is ugly. Like, I haven't behaved like this in a really long time. Super mad. And I thought, okay, why are you mad? Because he fucked me over. And I remembered Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I apologize. Thank you. I love you. So I was doing the Ho'oponopono and I was still mad. Like, why didn't it fucking work? And then I thought, well, I can't forgive myself yet or something. So I sat with it. And then I remembered reading Raw Material where he talked about take it to the walls. So I did. I sat here and I got good and mad. And then I said, but why? But why? But why? Over and over and over again. I said, but why? Why does that make you mad? Why does that make you mad? Wait, why does that make you mad? And I got to the core. You want to know why it made me mad? Because I knew better. I chose in. I allowed it. I bought it. I bought the whole boat. But then this was a narcissist, right? And this narcissist has and always will behave this way. And so I was angry at myself for not having a better skill set, for jumping for the carrot, for, like literally, I should be doing better than this. I'm coaching other people and you can't move through this. And I had all this shame about being angry. And I had this embarrassment for losing my shit. And I had this guilt for having a mean streak. And then I had this sadness for being in a situation. And I took it to the walls. And I realized I was mad at myself for falling for narcissist bullshit. Like, it's my crutch. It's my crutch. Because the big empath in me sees the little boy and the little girl inside someone who just wants what they want. And I believe them. And I see their perfect little child inside. That's I don't want to call it a problem. It's both my greatest gift and it is my greatest downfall, is that I see people in their goodness. Now, not everybody has good intentions and it's hard to see that. However, I went there and I realized how angry I was at myself for letting myself down, for not doing better, for not being vigilant, for not setting my fucking boundaries one more time. Ho'oponopono. Whew. I'm sorry. I apologize. I forgive you. Don't do that fucking shit again. I love you. Thank you for the lesson, for the reminder, for learning to stand up again. And I went back to this individual and I had the conversation I should have had to begin with. Nope on this. Nope on that. Here's how it's going to be moving forward. Thank you. Thank you for showing me that I needed to line up my boundaries a little better, that I needed to do better, and that emotions teach us. Emotions teach us. And honestly, it has taken me, I want to say 3 years ago now. It all started with a I did not believe, I believed in chakras. I believed in energy work. I did. I do. I work with them every day. But it wasn't until someone did a random trauma brain injury is what it's called. Trauma brain. Not traumatic brain injury. It's called trauma brain injury healing. So what it is correcting the magnetic alignment within your brain after an injury. I can't believe I'm storytelling to you guys right now in the middle of the night. Anyways, I was sitting at the shop at Karma Connection, and the other practitioner, Jane, she's amazing. She's like, where did you hit your head? And I'm like, how did you know I hit my head? And she's like, another psychic, like, oh yeah, I forget half conversations with these people. So she goes, come here. And she does this little around my head, right? And I had a car accident in October, and I had like a big goose egg and a concussion, right? And she's waving her hand around me, and she goes, where else did you hit? She goes, no, I asked you where you hit your head. But now I'm like channeling with her, and my hand went up like this to my right side. Now, years ago, my ex-husband had hit me here, but when he cupped his hand, when he hit me, I had turned my head, and he blew out my eardrum. So I couldn't hear very well. And I went to the doctor, and he checked me, and he did the whole, you're fine shit. But here's what I knew. For years, I was always the loudest one in the room. For those of you that know me, know that I am still very loud. However, I remember my boo pulling up, and he goes, are you doing okay? And I'm like, yeah, I am. Why? And he goes, because usually I can hear you or your stereo from the street, or your TV, or your laugh. But I remember her doing this healing, and she said, no, I asked you where you hit your head, and I just naturally put my hand up. And she goes, yeah, you were hit on this side. And I said, oh, and the image of my ex hitting me came into my head, and all of a sudden my ear popped, and I started to cry, but there weren't emotions attached. It was just tears, and I'm giggling, and I look at her, I'm like, what the hell was that? And she goes, that's your aura coming back into alignment with your energy, and you had a traumatic injury or a healing within your brain, and it's all in alignment now. And my ear popped, and I'm like, I feel like I can hear. And it was like being oversensitive, like after you do like a salt scrub, maybe that's too personal, and your skin feels tingly, or you shave and you feel kind of extra sensitive on your face or your neck when you cut your hair. And so I was like super sensitive to sound. Okay. And so your body holds what we call anchors in your body. In NLP, we talk about anchors. We retrain your brain for smoking with hypnotherapy. We retrain your brain in different ways. It's called, I keep wanting to say past life regression, but it's not. It's called timeline therapy, where we can remove the energetic attachment or emotional attachment to an event so you can think clearly through it. So emotions stay in your body. That was a prime example. I had no idea that I was energetically holding on to this bullshit. And now, get out of the plant. Doggo. Hi. So, your emotions that are trapped in your body, and here's the reason why you have to clear them. So I felt like it was important to talk about these emotions that are coming up. So let's say, for example, I use the example of today. Hi, baby. Let's say I use the example of today. So now I have this sadness as I'm driving in the car to the Walmart. Reiki, yes, like Reiki. And you absolutely can do distance healing. So this is all energetic. So let's say I held on to this sadness, right? Because you ever have somebody giggle and then you laugh, or you have somebody cry and tears well up in your eyes because you quite naturally just respond. Our souls respond to this energy. And Jameson can't stand it when I'm sad. Hi, baby. So let's say I took this scenario home and I didn't recognize or stay in flow with my emotions. So I'm feeling sad. And I'm like, this really sucks. And I'm driving down the street and it's raining and I love it. And it's my favorite weather is when it rains. Why am I sad when it's raining? This is bullshit. So I'm driving down and I'm feeling sad. And I'm like, okay, so I'm really sad that I'm by myself and I don't have someone in my house that I can come home to, or to cook for, or to tell about my day, or to sleep with, or to cuddle, or to talk to. Huh, Jameson? I have my Jameson. And I could think about the rent that's due and the bills I screwed up and the things I have to chase. And I could get sadder. And I could think about the yoga that I couldn't do. I can't touch the floor. Like, what is this shit anyway? I really love it. But I am so much more aware of what my body can't do. So I could really go down that track. And I could stay there. And it could be ugly. And I could come home to my lonely house. And I could think about that I'm by myself. But look, am I really? Am I really by myself, Jameson? I am not. I have this luck bug. So when you have these emotions, you know, our culture really teaches us to not pay attention to our emotions, but that's where the fucking magic is, yo. The magic is in allowing these emotions to flow. So, of course, I didn't have my little pullover on the side of the road meltdown where I could unpack it and figure out where it's coming from. Get off me. I'm good. Get off me. It's fine. So, you know, I come home and I do the Ho'oponopono thing. There's nothing to forgive because I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not sad because I had, you know, expectations that were mismatched or not in alignment. I didn't have emotions that I was attached to. So what do you do with them is you allow them to flow. So I did. I let the tears come. And then I thought about it. I was like, it ain't me. It's my people. It's my people. So I'm checking with my people right now. And that is you. So if I were to bottle these emotions up, what does bottled up emotions look like? It looks like my stomach hurts. My back hurts. My shoulders are tight because I'm getting a little more tense walking through the Walmart list. Feeling desperation is an ugly feeling. I'm telling you, desperate. Like, I'm a very social person walking through the Walmart and people aren't making eye contact. Like, that kills me, yo. Like, you know, I've got this mask on and I'm like, hi guys. Hello. And nobody's making eye contact. Nobody's having a conversation with one another. It's terrifying to me. We're being stifled with these masks. And so, if you bottle these emotions up, you get the stomach ache, the lack of appetite, right? You get anxiety, you get insomnia, and then you try to figure it out. What is it the thing? Like, okay, maybe I'm not making enough money right now. So, I'm nervous. The cat just leaped into a box. I have all these boxes on the floor like a little maze for him. It's adorable. Little clubhouses. Anyways, you know, when you go through and we're disconnected because we have these masks on, which immediately is like a barrier between you and me. We have these masks on. You can barely hear my voice. Can't see the expression on my face. Right? And so it's totally disconnected. And as we spin off on our own, I would encourage you to do some connection. Like, I have a date with Rory. I'm going to call her and we're going to talk because we haven't been working on our projects for a couple days due to extenuating circumstances. But here's the thing. If you don't express these emotions in a healthy way, they will bite you in the ass later. And this I promise you. Because when I've done this work, and I mean I've done it all, $20,000, $30,000 worth of life coaching classes, life success courses, coaching training, I've done it. And this is why I'm so passionate about it, is because it had so much value to me. I was a child of abuse, both sexual and physical, and of neglect. I mean, I watched Sons of Anarchy just to see if I would be triggered anymore because that was my shit. That was how I lived. Gemma. Woo! I've seen some things. How do you heal that? You dive deep, baby. And when you do, you start to recognize how much power you actually do have. Because if your brain can like automatically program you to be afraid of some shit, and then you realize that it wasn't even in the same room with you anymore and you don't have to deal with it because you can heal it and kiss it goodbye, you start to recognize the one thing that happens when you do shadow work and heal your child traumas is, yo, if I had that much power and that much belief in a thing that wasn't even true, how much more power can I have if I rewrite that dialogue inside my head and make it a belief? I erased insomnia in 3 days. 3 days. Anxiety, insomnia, and PTSD. All I did was lay in my bed and I chased those linear thoughts like a freight train that comes at night. I got to get up early, but I didn't go to bed early enough, so I'm going to be tired. And then maybe I'll get to bed early tomorrow night, but here's what I got to do in the morning, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. This bill, this activity, all the things I failed to do in this day, I was laying down thinking about what I was going to do tomorrow. So I was setting myself up to fail tomorrow because I made this list of the stuff from before that I pushed into my tomorrow. I didn't thank myself for any work done. I didn't appreciate any moment of my day. I didn't come from a place of power. I came from a place of fucking up. And so I just sat there and I made up words. I don't tell this story enough. And this is what's crazy about all this life coaching stuff, guys. It's the simple stuff that you wouldn't believe works. And then next thing you know, you have this like amazing change. So if you don't believe me, all you got to do is try it, and not anybody's going to know. Nobody's going to know if you do this but you. And it feels really dumb doing some of these things, but I laid in my bed and I was sick of it. I was sick of being like, you're fat, you're lazy, you're old, you're tired, you're broke. Right? So I laid in that bed and I picked every single adjective that I could think of, even if it didn't apply. Now, my best friend says this all the time. She says, my spirit will argue with you. She means herself. My spirit will argue with myself because those things aren't true. I know I'm broke. I know that I'm overweight. I know that I'm not healthy. I know that I don't have a good diet. So how is it me saying I have a healthy diet going to change my brain? Well, let me tell you what it will do. You will absolutely activate your reticular activating system, which is a Rolodex, which most of us old people know, but those of you don't. I can't think of another analogy. Get over it. But it's a Rolodex. It's a little file system that rolls. And the more you start picking at certain files, it goes deeper into those files to find similar thoughts. This is what we're thinking about now. Okay. So I decided to lay in bed and think of adjectives. And I said them as fast as I could on the first night until I couldn't think of any more. And then I got sick of it because immediately the minute my brain got quiet, I started thinking about the shit I had to do again. I mean, I'm talking I had insomnia for years, maybe 2 or 3 hours sleep ever. Even then, not soundly. So I said, I am beautiful. I am happy. I'm healthy. I'm alive. I'm beautiful. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm appreciative. And I said them over and over and over again. Like, I don't remember what they are. I'm worthy, forgiving, confident, accepting. So, intelligent, lively. I chased them out. I chased until I got so tired of listening to them that I fell asleep. So the next night I laid down and I thought, damn, I got a lot to do tomorrow. And I thought, but I'm not going to think about that right now because I want my dreams to be sweet. I don't want to have nightmares. I don't want to wake up with a migraine. I don't want to wake up with back pain. I don't want to wake up with a stiff neck because I lay there going, oh my God, all the things I have to do. Can't relax. How do you expect to fall asleep like that? So day 2, I am worthy, forgiving, confident, brave, smart, intelligent, loving. And I said them super fast again, but I had more adjectives. I am not kidding you guys. Day 3, I got ready for bed. And this also, if you guys hear me talk about this, I also go and do this little setup where I did a feng shui thing where I moved computers and TVs and books, bills, paperwork, filing cabinet, everything out of my room. Nothing under your bed, feng shui. Got rid of everything. And every single day in the evening sometime when I make dinner, I go in my room and I make sure laundry's not in my face, the lights are on, the bed's pulled back, pajamas are on there. I don't wear pajamas, but it's like a symbol to me that next time I go in my room at night, my bed is pulled back, the candles are going, the light is on by the side of the bed, it's pulled down. And when I'm ready for bed, I go in and light the candles and I put my incense on and I go finish the rest of what I'm doing for the day. And when I go back into my room, there's a Zen space. Woohoo! I got a Zen space to go to and all the tension drops away. But the third day, I went and I laid on my bed And I'm like, I can do this. And here's the cool thing. I accepted those words. Day 3. Day 3. Worthy, forgiving, confident, brave, smart. Day 3. I lay down in my bed and I got all cozy. And I said, my contract from my PLD leadership class, I am a worthy, forgiving, confident leader accepting my abundant life. Now, that's my contract. But I added to it, I'm loving. I am kind. I am grateful. I'm appreciative. I'm a hard worker. Reframe my brain. And that was it. My insomnia was gone forever. I don't do that anymore, but I do it often enough to calm my brain at the end of the day in my Zen space. And this is why you guys hear me talk about meditation all the time. I thought it was a bunch of crap. I thought meditation was sitting still, right? In a room, being quiet, sitting still, which I don't still know how to do. But after, practice and practice and practice, because I knew that there were so many gifts and people kept telling me what the gifts are, that I didn't believe it, that I just kept doing it. It's kind of like the yoga practice. Like, I know that it's a spiritual practice. I know it opens you up, and I decided to begin. And I suck at it. And I can barely bend my knees, let alone touch the floor. So even though I could do these very minimal poses, my chakras were blowing open, and I'm crying in class, and I'm like, yay, right? So again, I am on this journey with you. I feel y'all asses out there. And I know it's hard and it may not be the same boat, but we are all in this same storm and I can feel the weather turning, guys. I just want you to know that. I saw things that are bright, bright future, and I've been really hesitant to talk about it because I don't want to sound like a wacko, but healers are in power now, guys, and I'm going to tell you what I see. I see us doing the damn thing. I'm looking around me, and everybody's flipping the tables over. They're taking on their life path. They're taking on their passions. They're taking on their relationships and really looking at this going, this isn't good enough. I want more from this. They're taking on their spirituality and not even their relationships and quitting them, but what I mean is just saying, like, the hunt for the relationship, the dating game is over. A lot of people are like, yo, I'm so good right here. It's all just good. If somebody comes along equally yoked, you run with me or not at all. And so a lot of people are really feeling these shifts and this unease, but it's stinking beautiful on the other side. I'm telling you, I walked this darkness. I was abused. I was neglected. I was all of those things. And that is not my story. That is not my story. So when I go out there tonight and I'm feeling this sadness and this desperation, oh yeah, there are moments where I hit those walls too, because I'm terrified what's going to be happening in the next week financially for me, because there's been roller coaster after roller coaster, little tiny errors that had large impacts. Getting it together, y'all, is not an easy task, but I'll tell you what, I'd rather have this authentic life, living on the edge and taking myself on every minute, than live in the Matrix and be playing PlayStation and stuck on a Netflix binge weekend. That's another challenge. I detox electronics. Y'all on the phone all the time with me is plenty of screen time for all the videography that I do and all of the Zoom meetings I do all day. I decided to drop all of my television, so I don't have TV in my house. I mean, I have one for the odds and ends, but I got rid of my subscriptions, and yeah, I'm taking it on. So I'm with you guys. I talked too much at this point. Hi, Marjone, them puppies, and Brooke, Karen, Mandy, thank you for hanging out with me. Megan, I'm telling you, if you guys have any questions of me, and if you feel like there's anything of service that I can do for you, there is a 20% coupon code on the website if you want to get your readings. I had a really big thing against gimmicks. I don't like to be sold something, so as soon as somebody says to me, oh, do a coupon or whatever, I'm like, no, I don't want to be, somebody desperate for the money or looking like, hurry up and get, buy my thing. Yes, I want you to buy my thing. I would love the business. And I already give away 20 hours a week on the YouTube, and I love it, but it doesn't pay the bills. However, I wanted to do a give back. So there is a 20% off coupon code, Good Karma, for all y'all to use for every service on the website. That includes coaching. I didn't want to give in on that because the value of which I take my training, I didn't want to devalue that by giving it away, but I do want to see somebody start. So for the classes, there's methods of payment. You don't have to pay the class up front. You can make payments. There's also, I've been there. You want to take your spiritual path on, but you know, groceries first, the kids first. I get it. So if anybody wants to take the classes, you can pay for them one at a time. If anybody wants to do coaching, there's payment plans. There's also 20% off. Everything. So begin. You want to start, I will help you start. And there you go. Good Karma is the coupon code. So if you want to get at it, there's that. If you can't do that, I have started a little thing called, it's called Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. I found it. I didn't want to do Patreon because I felt like it was gimmicky. I didn't, you know, all of these little things are gimmicky. And so it's called Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. And if you go on there and you find Karma on Deck, you can buy 1 or 2 little things. It's a virtual cup of coffee to support my work. That I can do. That I can feel like I'm not out there begging. You know what I mean? I don't want my business to ever look like, you know, anything like that. But if you support the work, you can buy me a cup of coffee and be where you're at. I'm here for you guys. So I want to thank you for listening to my rant. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this up. If you guys want me to keep it up, I'll keep it up. But anyways, I would love your support on my YouTube, Karma on Deck. And yeah, buy me a cup of coffee. Hang out with me. Thank you guys for listening to my rant. I certainly hope it made some sense because I know I can rant. Mandy says, I'm coming to Vegas in March, so I don't know if you're going to be there. Then I would love to take you to lunch and give my mom and me a reading. Okay, so I'm only an hour from Vegas, so it's not that big a deal for me to come down there. Let me look at your comments really quick and see what's up. Woo! CJ and Raymond, Nicole in Florida. Jasmine, what's up? Hi, Greg, Nicole. She's like, it's that cancer hitting. Tina's saying she's got something going on. Matching bracelets, Ivy and I, from Rory. Wow. Mandy, Tina, she's going to message me over something. Alicia. Hi, Bitsy, what's up? Music and sports. So, you know, talking about this sadness earlier, let me go back to that now that we have this comment. Jacqueline, because she's saying like music and sports. So I know I look like a weirdo, and I know you guys think I'm like either high or crazy, but I posted some videos the other day of my Snapchat. You guys should follow me on Snapchat because I'm an absolute nut. Like the damn videos that I make. Karma on Deck. Everything is Karma on Deck. But I make these videos of me, and only for an opportunity for you to see. Yes, Cosmo heard me talking to him. He's dancing now. So I turn on music, and when I have a 90-minute rule. I will work on a project for 90 minutes, or I will log in on the service and do readings for 90 minutes, and then I will take a break, and I will literally crank up the music, let the animals outside, we run around and we play with the ball or whatever. And Cosmo heard me say his name. He was asleep. You know, and we do the silly little thing, and most of the time I turn on music and I dance, because physiology, you can't be upset. You can't be upset doing jumping jacks or dancing to something crazy. Like, I love my rap music, right? I love my meditation music too, but that ain't gonna get you hype, you know. What is it, Eminem? Give me a kiss. Peekaboo. So, animals. These guys are my physiology changer too. I play with one of the animals, play with one of my kids, turn on some music. So on my Snapchat, hi Cosmo, you can go and see me doing my dancing. And I will dance by myself in this kitchen with my pie and my bird. And that changes your attitude. Like, take a drive. Me and the doggo took a drive earlier so he could get out of the house too. Because I'm sure he's sick of looking at my ass. Stop biting my nails. He really, really wants this badly. And he doesn't know how to get it off. Hi, baby. So anyways, yeah. And here comes the jealousy. Oh my God. Please, let's talk about that really quick before I shut up and get off of here, because I could do this all night. Hi, baby. Jealousy. I am not a jealous creature. I am poly. And I have compersion, which is my loved one. Yes. My loved one, if my loved one is happy, I'm happy. I don't care who they're with or what they're doing in any way. Very expansive, loving, agape love, right? I love you no matter what you're doing, as long as you're happy. Okay? Even if that's not with me. However, I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I have sadness and I have like mopes when I don't get what I want, but I'm not a jealous creature. However, I will tell you that there is a shit ton of comparative and jealousy energy that's going on out there. So if you're feeling jealousy, or if you have a jealousy stop it. If you have a jealousy problem with, in general, with like acceptance and jealousy is going on for you, it is enhanced because I do not have jealousy very often, like at all. And my animals have been extremely competitive lately, where, you know, we have Cosmo in a box. I mean, Anubis in a box glaring at me. We have Jameson trying to climb on my lap because I'm petting the bird. And then I kind of had this feeling of like, when my animals are getting these intense feelings, I start to look outward. I'm like, all right, is anybody else acting up like the little snarl Jameson does? And he wouldn't even stop it. You can't have my fingernail. No, you cannot. So anyways, cat in a box. So jealousy is a huge energy that's going on too. I was saying sadness and desperation and anger and all of that, but jealousy, ow, stop it. So we have all these energies going on. Jealousy is a big one. It's a big comparative energy. It's a lacking energy where you don't feel like you have enough or the thing that you want. So if you're not feeling the jealousy and other people are behaving irrationally, there is also a lot of that energy going on too. And if it's not you, clear it. And if you don't know how to clear it, like sit with it and ask what the purpose or the source or the core of it is. And if it ain't you, wash your hands with salt, burn a little sage, open a door. This is what, no, you can't have the lava stone either. He's going, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. No, you cannot. So if you can't do any of the clearing, like with sage or salt, look at him peeping game. He wants to antagonize him so bad. So if you have like no salt, no sage, if you don't have somebody that's accepting of that kind of practice, one of the cheats that I was telling one of my clients was sodium lauryl sulfate. It's a sudsing agent in soap. Begins with the word sodium. Mental awareness, sodium. Wash your hands, salt. You now have just done a cleanse. Open your doors, turn on a fan and sweep. Burn a bay leaf. There are ways to do all of these things, guys, and it's intent and intention. So jealousy. Are you jealous? I was reading a book called More Than Two, which is a polyamory book about relationships. I can tell you that I learned more about myself through relationships in that book than any other men are from Mars, women are from Venus shit I ever tried. So if anybody really wants to know about relationships, poly may not be for you, but the book definitely had a lot of pearls for like what it is that you want and how you are designed around and in relationships. Because when I read the chapter about jealousy, it talked about taking two people to dinner, giving each of us a menu. And you can order anything and as much as you want from the menu. If I order a chicken quesadilla and chocolate cake, and you are a vegan and you order a salad, why would I be jealous over what you got? That is ultimately your choice and your needs. So jealousy boils down to not having your needs met. Okay. Jealousy is also ego too, and possession, which is all about matrix. And we're all stuck in this matrix right now. And so the more the matrix is getting shook up, we're starting to realize what we're attached to. So jealousy comes in for that too. But if jealousy isn't about you, if it's not coming from you, just like me driving home saying, where's the sadness coming from, yo? I don't like it. Sit with it. Figure out if you are jealous and where your needs aren't getting met. And let that shit go. Yeah, I burn a lot of shit. I burn paper. I burn sage. I sweep. I salt. I dance. I sing. Singing in the throat chakra too, guys. If you can't say something to someone because you're jealous, sing it out. I love you guys. Keep it together, y'all. Because I can only clear energy for me and individually one at a time. But we are all in this collective together. I don't know why he's been... Anybody got birds? He's been banging his head on everything. Yeah. Bang, bang. All right. Anyways, I think I've said enough for tonight. Get it together, guys. Cosmo went, yeah. Anyways, if there's anything I can do to be of service to you, please reach out. I love you guys. And that's all I got to say about that. He's a metalhead. Say goodbye to Cosmo. Cosmo! Bye-bye.